following program contains coarse language and mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. In other words, y'all gonna hear some shit on this one.
You're listening to 106.9 Twat FM, streaming to you from Rat House Productions over at rathouse.net. That's RATTHAUS.net. And it's time for the world according to Fear MDI.
And welcome to 106.9 Twat FM. This is the world according to Fear and MDI. And this week we have our man Snerfin back. What's up, dude?
What's going on, man?
You know, MDI, you're puff passing. What's up?
I'm not passing.
You better fucking pass.
Not passing.
You are the worst kind of stoner.
It's COVID times,
We call
man.
you bogey.
It's COVID times.
Bogart.
There's no passing. You get bring your own.
Don't bogart that joint, my
Dun,
friend.
dun.
Have you not heard that song?
No, I don't think I've heard that.
It's fucking...
That sounds good. Just taking a look here, and there was a little bit of peeking, I think, when you were screaming.
Well, bite me.
Maybe we'll move it away from your face a bit.
How rude.
Let's see. That looks better. It's okay. I can fix it in post, you screamer. So anyway, welcome back, guys. We took last week off. We ended up going up to the Great White North. That is Thompson, Manitoba, stab capital of Canada,
not white.
if you will.
It's summertime. It wasn't
Canada
white.
is the Great White North.
No, it's not. Only in the wintertime.
No, what do you want, crack?
Definitely.
No.
It is definitely the Great White North.
Of course.
What is?
Oh, Luca, go, 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 go.
Wow.
Look, that's for all my Strange Brew fans out there. If you don't know what that is, man, you're not Canadian. Anyway, so we headed up to the stab capital of Canada, Thompson, Manitoba, to go to a wedding.
We did, yeah.
Was it a good wedding?
Oh, man.
So it was a great wedding.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. It was a really nice wedding. The ceremony was very quick. It poured rain. It was outside.
Bad omens, man.
No, it was...
Bad omens, man.
Her mother passed away when she was 11, 12 years old.
Yeah, something like that.
And his father has passed away as well. I'm not sure exactly what age he was. But they both took it as a sign that their parents were like crying down on them or whatever. But yeah, it was crazy because it was beautiful, windy all fucking day, but beautiful, sunny, warm. And then like right when it was like time for the actual wedding to start, music goes on, it starts to rain. And then by the time the bride actually came out, it was
Just
pissing
straight
down rain.
straight
Like,
downpour.
Oh, I was so upset because Shabadoo and I look so cute and like all dressed up for the wedding. We didn't even get to take pictures before.
No, it was perfect. It had they had the wedding 20 minutes before or 20 minutes
or 20
after.
minutes after. Yeah.
It would have been totally fine, but it was just perfect timing. They got up to the altar and they were getting started and it was just pissing down rain, and there was like this canopy
tent.
Yeah, just a little bit over, so a bunch of us were like, fuck,
It was
put it
there
over them.
in case it rained. Like it was just sitting there to protect the bride and groom kind of thing. So yeah, as the ceremony's starting, Sean gets up and 2 or 3 other guys get up and go move this fucking tent over. So
Yeah.
it didn't look as nice, but at least they weren't getting pissed on rain. The groom was wearing just a white dress shirt, just plain white dress shirt. So he might as well have been topless.
Wet t-shirt
in his
contest.
wedding.
He got married topless.
Yeah.
Straight up. But the
bride still looked gorgeous.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, she was.
Well, it just kind of sucked
beautiful.
because people like started, instead of just sitting there getting rained on, like the people that were there to watch the wedding started huddling under this tent, and it was really kind of taken away from the wedding.
Yeah.
So then we were just like, fuck this, and we just moved it over top of the bride and the groom.
Stuck in my mic.
You did last time, and it kind of sucked. So I'm sure there's video of it somewhere, but like I'm walking through the wedding.
Yeah, like literally through the ceremony ceremony.
And then
Just to
yeah,
try
and then
and
we
get a
set it up,
freaking canopy
and
over them.
unfortunately, the way that it's set up, like so. Anyway, it'd been pissing, so as soon as you set it on an
pissed
angle,
down, right?
it just all came pouring down right into my stepmom's purse.
Into her
Oh
purse.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was
great.
bad.
It was great.
So, and like everything's going on, and I don't want to be. So I just kind of grabbed her purse and stuck it on her seat, and then went back to sit down. And then she must have just put it right back down where it was and sat down. So it just kept going into the purse. And then, but because I couldn't tell her because everything was going on, so I went to the back, and then as soon as I could, I was like, I gotta go tell, and I went up, and I was like, "Yo, you just caught all the rain, like all of it is in your purse right now," and it was, and yeah. So then, as soon as we got home, we had to throw our phone in the rice and all that stuff, and as far as I know, everything's still working. But.
Yeah, it's fine. It was fine afterward, and she. Even when we got home, I messaged her like, "How's it going? Everything cool?" And she was like, "Yep, she's cool. She's still working." So
Perfect. Yeah, that's all you can.
Worse, wind could have taken that canopy.
And it tried. It tried. And that's so we got there to help set up, and when we got there, everybody was setting up like this backdrop to kind of block off the area, and the wind was just taking it for a ride, and the altar, it was taking the altar, so they fucking had to string that down, and we finally got everything in place with the wind situation, and we're like, okay, this is great. And then the rain started, and then we were like, oh fuck. But
and there was like a 40% chance of rain or something, and we were like,
yeah,
fuck, please don't hit us, please
But-
don't hit us.
I was, you know what, I was absolutely impressed with the bride and groom and how calm they stayed, and
their day, not
Oh,
one
that's good.
frickin'
yeah.
bit. Yeah, they were both like, that was our mom and dad crying like down on us, like because her mom has passed and his dad has passed, and like it was really cool. They were both like, yep, that was our parents. They were there. So that was neat. And they had a couple chairs at the very front where, parents would sit with a picture of each of them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty
it was
cool.
like they had their own little spots, even though they weren't able to be there in body.
Yeah, and there was like this big dragonfly just hanging around, and I never
when
thought
we were
that.
taking pictures.
Yeah, I never thought to ask the significance, but they were all like, like it was a big deal. I don't know if that's a superstitious thing, or maybe her mom was really
Like
into dragonflies or
yeah,
what.
not
But
sure.
I mean, dragonflies are pretty fucking awesome.
oh, they're
They're
fucking,
pretty nice,
they're
yeah,
cool, man.
cool.
They're so cool. And but yeah,
As cool as butterflies, in my opinion. But
oh yeah, to each their own, man.
it's me.
But yeah, they so we went up, we did that, and unfortunately we didn't end up recording. I kind of wanted to record while we were there. I could have took the Zoom or whatever, but
Yeah.
again, like I said last time, it was kind of one of those things you just kind of want to be in the moment and kind of live through it.
We really enjoyed spending time with the family and the kid. We got to take the kids this time because we didn't take them last time.
Yeah.
We went in June, and which was really nice. Like, Logic being able to spend time with his little cousin, his only other boy cousin, because we only have girls on the other side. So yeah, it was like it's funny because he's 12 and 12 and 2, so there's a bit of an age gap, but it was really cool. And he kept calling him Gogan. Gogan, Gogan. It was adorable.
But yeah, no, it was really cool, and it was actually really nice that almost everybody we met were like, your kids are so well behaved.
Oh God, everybody. Oh yeah.
It's so nice.
Yeah. His stepmother was getting annoyed because we stayed at her house, and she was kind of getting annoyed that she's like, I don't need help. And I was like, we're not helping. This is what they would do if we were at home as
right.
well. Like, this is how our family works. They get up and they clean their own dishes, like whatever, right?
Absolutely.
Like, they clean up their messes. They do their own shit. And she's just like, oh, wow. Like, and it's so funny because there's so many people that seem to think you can only parent children and have children that are well behaved if you parent them like with an
like you ride
iron
their ass.
fist. Like, people don't seem to understand that our children behave very well, and at the same time they love us.
Yeah.
They are not scared of us. They don't fear us. They don't, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, they fear me.
just love us. No, they shut the shit. But like,
I was born in the shadows.
no, it's really nice. It is really nice. Like, cause we had like a lot of your family members tell us like, oh my God, like.
Yeah, it makes you feel good because I think one thing, being a parent, as a kid, you believe parents know things.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They know all, and then once you
They're supposed to, essentially. Yeah.
Or they boast that they do.
So then, so you become a parent, and you realize nobody knows anything.
Parents don't know shit.
Like, you know what you know, and that's it. And it's so funny because I used to ask my mom everything, like, what's this? And she would answer me, and like, I don't remember it now, but I guarantee 90% of the time she made that shit up.
Yeah, she was bullshitting you.
Like, and you can't call them on it. There was no internet back then. But yeah, it is nice because like, and maybe you don't feel the same way as I do, but I feel a lot of times I'm like, am I failing these kids? Like, am I doing what I'm supposed to do?
We're not
like,
sure. Like, as parents, you're never really sure. But, like, I feel like maybe I'm not sure, but I have a good feeling about it just because I've had so many people tell us that they're so great.
Yeah.
Like, we just moved here a couple months ago. The neighbors across the street tell me almost every time I see them how amazing Shabadoo is, and mostly like Shabadoo is amazing, but Logic doesn't spend a lot of time out and about. He's kind of
he does his own
he's a
thing.
recluse.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, like every time I see the neighbor, oh my God, she's so great, she's so amazing. So like, yeah, it's nice to have
It just makes you feel good because you're like, okay, maybe I'm not totally botching
we're not
this.
totally fucking this
I can
up.
100% tell you are not botching this. You
No.
kids
Right?
are very well
I think
behaved.
we're doing okay.
Yeah.
I think we're doing
I feel
okay.
good now. Like for a while there, you were like, because I mean, so we had our kids, and not that it was a rule, but early on, I kind of told MDI, I'm like, look, I'm not going to bullshit my kids. Like anything they ask me, I'm going to talk to them like they're an adult, and we'll go from there. And I think you were a little hesitant at first.
At first I was, and I rebutted with, except for like Christmas, like Santa.
Oh yeah, no.
Like,
You still gotta let a kid
still have
be a
all
kid.
this stuff,
yeah.
right? And you were like, oh yeah, exactly, like you are now.
No,
They get none of it.
you don't lie to them like that. You don't shatter their worlds at a young age when they find out that neither Santa, the Easter Bunny, or the fucking Tooth Fairy is at all real.
Jesus. If anyone's
You know
letting their
what,
kids
though?
listen to this, we're fucked.
Yeah, don't let your Jesus. Don't listen to this with your children. Maybe you should put something in before.
Y'all gonna learn some shit on this one.
Yeah.
No, meant for children
There
if you
is a
don't know
disclaimer.
by now.
Yeah.
But no, actually, when Shabadoo found out, her mind was blown.
Yeah.
She first went to like, oh my God, you guys have spent so much money on us, like it fucking, and then she was so into it because she had Logic to like, so she then was like, ooh, if Santa could get this for him.
Yeah, like
or,
she was in on it.
She was in on everything, right?
Yeah.
And like she even like tooth fairied him because he'd go to sleep and then she'd be like, can I do it? Like, okay, like only
Yeah.
like she would stay up late on those nights that he had a tooth fall out just so she could be the tooth fairy. Like she loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And like she wanted to help wrap Christmas presents more. Like it made it more. For me, it was actually really great because, and not to put you down in any way, but Christmas is a lot for mom usually, right? Like
I
it
can only
is.
imagine.
Well, he works, right? Like I've never really worked full time. It's so everything's been on me, and especially the years when you were up north, it was really on me because we couldn't even shop together most of the time because when he was home, we wanted to spend time with the kids. We didn't want to go out for hours on end, just the two of us doing shopping. So I did all the shopping when he was up north. And I did all the wrapping, like it was all on me. Whereas once she found everything out, I was like, I had my own little elf. Like, and she loved it, and she still loves it, even though he knows now. She still loves it. She still wants to help wrap. She still wants to do
she's
everything.
still in on it.
The tooth fairy isn't a thing anymore because our kids are old enough. They've lost all their teeth, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think now they're just like, I lost a tooth.
The last time he lost
like, okay, here's
was
$2.
just a
Fuck
few
off.
weeks ago. Yeah, he was like, I lost a tooth, and I was like, do you want to do the tooth fairy thing? And he was like, no. And I was like, do you want a couple $? He was like, all right. So I literally gave him a toonie,
Yeah.
and he threw, like, I think he threw the tooth in the garbage. And I think he might have 1 or 2 more, but I don't think he has many left, if he does have any.
Yeah, because I can't remember how Shabs found out. Did she just guess it?
She came home from school one day when she was 10, so she was in grade 5. Yeah, I believe she was in grade 5. It was the first Christmas we spent at the townhouse in Airdrie, and I don't know what my voice is doing.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
Oh yeah.
It was the first time we went there. It's worse now. Sorry.
Yeah, take a little sip.
But yeah, she came
I don't know what
home
my
and she
voice
was
is
like,
doing
Mom,
right now.
you know, people are talking at school, and like I've heard this and that, and
I'm hearing a lot of fucking rumors
right.
that I need
I
somebody
was
to
like-
dispel here.
She was 10 or almost 10, because she turns 10 in November, and so it was right around that time. But yeah, I was just like, well, you know, because she had like solid evidence of, you know, my friend says this or blah 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 blah. Like she had good arguments. I couldn't really argue it.
It was irrefutable.
Especially
Yeah.
when they're 10 years old.
Would you have a seat?
Exhibit A.
I have some
Tammy
questions.
said.
So, yeah, like I kind of, we had a talk, and she was okay, and she went upstairs. And I remember I was sitting on the couch in the living room, and she went upstairs. And like, so if I was on the couch here, the TV was here, I was sitting there watching TV, and she came back down the stairs. And like, it was one of those places where you come down the stairs, and like, once you get third of the way down, you can see them.
Yeah.
So she came down the stairs and bent right over so that her head was down where her knees should be. And she's like, really? You've spent so much money. And then like, she was just like, she started listing off all the things we've bought and like all this stuff. Like the Easter Bunny brought me a bike. And I was like, yup, that was, I was like, you know, like, oh my God, Mom. And then she put together that Vinny, because Vinny came from Santa.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how did you actually get Vinny? Like, how did you do that, Mom? Because then it was like, she realized, like, we were superheroes.
Yeah.
Because it was like, how have you gotten all this stuff past us?
Right.
Like, you know, like, it was
We are
just like...
ninjas.
Well, it was kind of cool because she went from thinking that Santa was like so fucking to thinking that we were so fucking
Yeah,
cool,
like that was a
we
side I didn't
did
see
all
coming.
this
Like
stuff,
we
you know?
we had friends that were like, their kids are legit like upset with them. Like you lied to me, like earth shattering.
Yeah.
But like our kid like got it. Like
Yeah, she was just like, wow.
yeah,
Like,
and like went to
you and
places
Dad
I
have
never
done
thought.
all this just to make us happy, like just to give us all this. Like she was like,
Yeah,
I don't know
really, really cool.
how, or I think, you know, sometimes I really do think that all the pain and suffering that I went through with my mother, I've been rewarded with her.
Yeah.
Because she is just, we had a very short period of time, and she's not quite 15, so she could turn on us, but I don't think she will. But there was a very short period of time around 9 to 10 where she was kind of a little shit. But other than that, she's been such an amazing kid.
Yeah.
And yeah, she did. She really just went to, oh my God, you and Dad have done so much for us. Like, you guys did this and this. And then, like, she's got a memory like a fucking steel trap. She can remember, like, we built a fucking train table for Logan when he was 3, I believe. And it was a good size fucking train table.
Like one of those wooden ones?
Yeah, like
Fuck
we can.
yeah.
I'll show you pictures afterwards. It was a good size fucking train table, and I got a.
Well, yeah,
I
it
got
was
a
like it was like the size of a dining room table.
almost.
it was
yeah,
huge.
it was almost that size. We had a really big open space in that house, like a nice area for a toy room, and I spent hours painting. I just got a piece of fucking sheet. Like, what the fuck is the board, the piece of wood,
Plyboard, yeah.
thank you, press board, whatever.
Yeah.
It was like out of my mind. I literally just bought a fucking sheet and I just fucking we sketched it out, and then we fucking painted it all, and we lacquered it. So
That's pretty cool.
And then we nailed the train set right onto the fucking board.
Yeah.
And then my dad actually built the train table part, like the table part of it, because he is a cabinet installer.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the fucking coolest train table ever.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I wish I had a train table.
No shit. Like, and that's the thing. Like, it's one of those things. I'm like, holy fuck! Look what we did. Like, that's pretty cool. And yeah, and they played the shit out of it. But
well, that was always I always wanted to be that mom. I wanted, like, when our kids were little, Shabadoo was worried when she was like 5 that we didn't have a fireplace. Where was Santa gonna come through? So I convinced her that we could draw one, or I drew one. Like, I went out and I got 2 pieces of white Bristol board and I taped them together and I drew this fucking like, in my opinion, it was gorgeous.
no, it was awesome.
At least you got creative with it. I got the
did
simple
like
explanation of just magic.
Yeah.
I did a red brick fucking, I'll show you. I did a red brick fucking fireplace, like, with fire and everything, and a mantle. And for what, at least 3 years,
Yeah.
we put that on the wall, and I convinced her that
Yeah, but as long as we had that.
magic, as long as you have one, it can be drawn, whatever, as long as it's there, Santa can come through it. And she was like, oh, okay, that's so cool. And we did. We used it for at least 3 years. At least.
That's the one thing that's really cool. The magic, right? Like, that's when you're a kid, the unknown can be explained through means such as magic. Like, that's something, and I'm just, maybe it's because we smoked a joint before we did this, but I'm like,
Possibly.
that's one thing that I feel like everybody misses now, is the magic. Now that you're an adult and you realize life sucks and everything just kind of piles
but
on.
it's what you put in it.
And that's what I like, because
Magic is what you put in it. Like,
exactly. It's not actual like magic, but it is like those positive vibes, all that stuff. And yeah, and like you said, like, it was cool having her part of it, and then she got it, and now they're getting older and they both get it. So okay, so how did Logic figure it out? I think we just told him, didn't we? Because we kind of knew.
We eventually asked him, because he was like almost 11, I believe. And we were like, he still hasn't asked. He still hasn't, like, came to us and said, like, what's up?
Yeah.
So
he was just riding it out. Like,
yeah, like, he totally was, because when we asked him, he was like, oh yeah, I figured it out a while ago, but I figured, whatever. Like,
I was just playing it up for you guys.
and like, he was like, oh yeah, someone told me at school a couple years back.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, whatever. And he just sloughed it off like it was no big deal. Like, he didn't have this revelation of, oh my God, my parents are amazing.
Oh, no, he didn't care.
Or maybe he did, but he didn't voice it to us.
Well, and that's the thing. Logic's very internal, so he very well could have been like, holy fuck, but we'll never know that.
I don't even remember how I found out. I just remember it didn't bother me. I was just like, oh, cool.
My parents were not big on Santa at all. My family wasn't big on Christmas. My mother was a grouch with everything. But her grandfather had a heart attack and fallen dead at the Christmas dinner table.
That is
when
traumatizing.
She was a kid. I believe she was 11,
Somebody
12-ish,
pass the peas.
something like that. No, like,
that would fuck anybody up
at the table. So
do we keep eating? What do we do?
she was always just a crank at Christmas. She did it. She went through the fucking motions, but she wasn't fucking happy about it, Like, there was no magic at our house at all.
Yeah.
Like, if we got up before 7 a.m. to look at the tree, because that's all I ever wanted as a kid. I just wanted to get out of my bed and look at it. I didn't want to touch anything. I didn't want, you know what I mean? Like, but my parents went so far as to set up a video camera outside of our bedrooms to record us to see who got out of bed before 7 a.m. because we would get in trouble and be like, There was
Like legit trouble?
legit.
Like
we would have to wait.
Spankings and groundings trouble?
Yes,
Get the
and
fuck
have to
out
wait
of here.
until
Yeah, like, what kind of
noon to open
Shawshank
our
fucking-
presents. My parents were fucking
Gonna-
assholes, man.
Gonna come out, boss. Like, what the fuck?
I'm not fucking kidding. I used to sit in bed on Christmas morning with my legs fucking squeezed because I had to pee so bad. But if I got out of bed before 7 a.m., I would get in so much fucking trouble. Not only that, but the whole morning would be ruined.
Yeah.
They would make coffee banging and slamming on everything. Like, everything was just because someone got up before the fucking time that we could get up. Like,
See, that's just
like,
crazy.
That is insane.
Yeah, like when I tell people that my parents were fucking assholes and like we don't speak to them anymore, people are very judgmental of me. But seriously, my
These people are
parents were
nuts.
fucking assholes. Like I said, they went through the motions and they did it, but it wasn't ever fucking. There was no joy. There was no magic.
Yeah, see, like I know I got up at like 2 a.m. and I'm pretty sure mom just went to bed, and I just happened to, like, I don't know, you wake up and you're like, fuck it, let's see if he's here. And then you go out and there's like all the stuff, and so I'm like, mom, like, get up. And I can tell she's like, I just fucking laid down, man.
Just went to sleep.
Yeah. And then so we'd get up, we'd do the fucking gift thing, and then we'd go back to bed for a bit. Like, she didn't
Yeah,
care.
because who cares? What's the big fucking deal?
Yeah.
Like,
That's so messed up.
seriously, if your kids want to get up at 5 a.m. and open gifts and then you go back to sleep at 8 until 10, what's the big fucking deal?
Well,
Like,
yeah, and like, what are they worried about? Fuck, just go back to sleep. The kids won't blow the place up.
exactly.
They're gonna
Like,
play with their
what is-
toys.
Yeah.
We're going to sit here and play
Like, if anything,
with whatever the fuck
you have
we
the
got
best
from
opportunity
Santa.
for a nap ever.
And we have almost every year. We have snuck away and had little naps or, other things because it's
Ho,
Christmas.
ho, ho.
And our kids are busy doing their own thing. Like,
Oh, yeah, man, they don't
that's
fucking care.
perfect time to, Daddy
You
and
know-
I are going to go have a nap, play with your toys, don't kill each other. Like,
Yeah.
once they're over like 3 years old and you're not worried
Yeah.
of choking and
Yeah,
stuff
like,
that.
at
Like,
1,
not
9
when they
months
were
old, you're like,
infants or
okay,
anything, but
play with this word is
rusty
original.
fucking- almost choked on one of those.
I know, fuck, everybody does. So for me, I'm trying to, because I don't think there was any certain thing, probably similar to yourself. It just, eventually you kind of get that vibe, like, but like, so my mom was pretty, like, my mom tried, she really did, but she was shit at a lot of stuff. And like,
You suck, Mom.
yeah, like, but like there was, so I remember one Christmas we get up, we do the thing, and she's like looking around, and I'm like, what's up? She's like, did you get this? And she named this thing, and I was like, no, I got these other things, I didn't get that. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she disappeared into her room, and she came out, oh, I found another one of your gifts. I'm like, wait a minute.
You
Unless,
found it. Why is Santa hiding gifts?
yeah. Are you boning Santa? Why is he in there? What the fuck happened?
Yeah.
And then it was like little things like that. And then like our parent, like, they owned a trailer park kind of thing, and we had a couple of our own trailers on there. And like, we would just run around all day, because it was back in the 90s, early like 80s, 90s, when it was just go outside and come back when the lights turn on.
Yep.
And so we went into one of the trailers and we found all of our gifts. And I was like, that can't be that. Maybe they're just whatever. Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, Christmas comes. Sure enough, those are our gifts. And I'm like, okay. And then that started kind of becoming like a running thing where she would forget all the time, or like she'd ask me to go get something out of her closet, and I would find a hockey stick, and I'm like, what the? Oh, and she's like, oh yeah, that's for you. And like, I think I found stuff like later, like that she had totally misplaced, and I'm like, I grew out of that.
Dude, I've had the same thing. I found a fucking Green Bay Packers t-shirt.
Oh, yeah, but that
Remember,
totally
for
happened to us.
Logic. I had bought. Actually, that was his birthday though. That
Yeah.
wasn't Christmas. That was his birthday.
Yeah,
I had bought it for his birthday, but put it, and I bought it like a month or two.
Well, yeah, and
ahead
you
of
always
time.
hide it because you don't want them to find it,
And
and
then
then
I forgot
sometimes
about
you
it.
hide it from yourself.
Yep. And then by the time we found it, we could not fit in it at all.
Or like there was this other times where I just popped into my head where my aunt, she like came in, she was screaming and hollering, and she had a bunch of gifts, and she was like, so this was like, I think Christmas Day. And she was like, Santa just went by and dropped these out of a sleigh. He forgot to put them down. And I was like, what the fuck? So really, they just hid it in one of the houses or whatever, or maybe the trailer, and completely forgot, and she stumbled across it. But so I think just eventually my brain was just like, we get what's going on here. We understand. So
Yeah, your family liked the hooch.
yeah, they did.
I think that's a lot of the reason that.
I mean, I don't know, because my mom wasn't a drinker or anything.
Your mom wasn't? I thought she was when she was younger. No,
not around my time.
Oh, damn. Well,
No.
never mind that. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just thinking of, because I had a lot of alcoholics in my life, but my mom wasn't one of them. I got 99 alcoholics. My mom, but yeah. So anyway.
So why was she so forgetful then?
Oh, I think because I don't know. I hope that she smoked pot, but I don't. I don't think she did.
Oh, we should ask her. Straight up, we should ask her.
Okay, so then.
you want to talk about something else now?
Yeah, I'm moving on. Well, because this has been a kind of a weird Christmas-centric. No, but like, it's fucking August.
I
Like,
don't even remember how it started.
Yeah.
Either way.
yeah, either way, Merry Christmas. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened. Yeah. Speaking of that, like I got pissed off the other day. We went into Walmart. Walmart's already got fucking winter gear out for sale. Yeah. And
Like coats and shit.
and
No.
They're not winter. They're fall more.
they're
like,
the big puffy coats.
No, those weren't winter coats though. Those were like not dead of winter coats. You'll freeze to death in those fucking
If I go to fucking Walmart, guys, I'll take a picture and
Dead of
put them up.
winter.
You can decide what the fuck they are. But anyway, so they got that out. And then the other stores, they got Halloween stuff out, which is cool. To me, it's still kind of early. And I love Halloween, don't get me wrong. But I hate by the time it's like the end of September and they're already putting Christmas shit out.
Right.
Like it really kind of fucks it all up. Like it's spooky season. I want the spooky season
I'm
during the
surprised,
spooky season.
We're at the end of August, and I haven't seen any Halloween stuff out yet, but I definitely remember seeing stuff out that early before.
Yeah, no,
have you not been anywhere yet? We were
we
in
just
fucking
Canadian Tire.
Do you know
Canadian
what's
Tire.
going on in the world right now? There's a serious virus
I heard
happening.
there's a pandemic.
Yeah, some kind of pandemic. I don't know. I don't really leave my house except to come here and go to work.
Nah, there you go. That's
See,
fair.
we don't go a lot of places, but if we need something, we go get it.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't
What
know.
were we
Whatever.
even at Canadian Tire for?
YOLO. Darts.
Darts. That's right, because we got a dart board.
We have a dartboard now.
See, we had to go get darts.
Pretty sweet though. Pretty
It's
sweet.
definitely last night was the first time we like fucking chilled down here and like we were having taco dip.
We need newer, better stools.
Yeah, these
are
hurt our
not
ass.
Comfy stools, man. We need
Should
better,
get some sort of stool sponsorship.
better seating arrangements.
Make sure it's chairs though. You don't want
No,
a stool.
no, you don't.
Sponsorship.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's a bag of poop.
I'm like, I need Nat and Jesse to come spend some time and make me some fucking pallet furniture. That's what I need. I'm calling you out, Jesse.
All right, I'm
Pallet
down.
Furniture.
Pallet furniture.
Some
I'm
pallet?
gonna make fucking pallet stools and a pallet couch for there. See, that's the only thing. I wanted a little couch there, but now you put the dartboard there. We can't have a couch underneath the dartboard.
Well, you can. You just don't throw darts, or you
And
move the
sit
couch
on
over
the
that
couch
way. Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
All right.
You can make a game out of it.
You're just sitting there with your arm around your girl. Oh shit!
It's like a
But-
weird version of chicken.
Do the old apple on the head and then bounce a couple on the shoulder and the arm.
Yeah. That could be interesting.
Right?
Coming to our channel soon. No. So anyway, so like always, I make notes throughout the time in between shows and then bring it up. And sometimes they make sense. Sometimes they don't make sense. So the first note I have here is, if you want to have gum or mints in your nightstand drawer, does it make you a whore? Now, the backstory behind this is often when MD and I wake up MDMI, and fuck Jesus, I'm too high. When we wake up, we usually cuddle for a bit, and I have terrible morning breath.
I know all about that.
So I was like, oh, I should get some mints or gum for my bedside table, and she's like, that makes you a whore.
It's like, what do you need mints and
Yeah.
fucking nightstand for? You gigolo.
Yeah, I'm like, what does that mean? And then so I just quickly made a
And
note.
this is first thing in the morning, so I was fucking sober.
Yeah. And so then I was like, okay, in order to have that sort of like
I
gum
don't
or
remember
refreshment.
why.
I have no
even
idea,
had
and
that
that's
opinion.
why I make these notes, because half the time you're like, I never said that, and I'm like, yeah, you did, because there's no reason I would write that down. That doesn't make sense to me. If I happen to have a gum or a mint or something, so that I can pop it in my mouth and we can cuddle for 15, 20 minutes in the morning without you being like, oh, you need to brush your teeth, I think that's a good thing. Instead, you're like, you fucking slut. How dare you? How dare you try to bring mints to our bedroom?
What kind of whore
Yeah,
Yeah,
keeps
what
these
kind
things in the
of
bedside
whore
table?
needs fucking mints?
like what?
I don't know.
I just get up and rinse my mouth out with mouthwash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'll
Yeah, but
usually.
he doesn't even want to do that. He didn't, and he doesn't just want to cuddle either. Sometimes he wants good morning kisses, and I'm like,
Look, it's how it
and
is.
he's always like, your breath isn't that bad, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm not worried about mine.
You sound like you were tongue fucking a cat's ass. But yeah, so I don't know, because the way the whatever, I guess we always talk about our life, and you guys know way more about us than probably should. But so like she'll get up, she'll go pee, she'll come back to bed, and like that's when I kind of wake up, and so I want to cuddle for a few minutes before I go take a piss, brush my teeth, do all that stuff. So it's just like that first, like as soon as I wake up, I see her, I just want to give her like a cuddles and like whatever, say what you want. That's how it is. I love my girl. And I just thought it would make the whole experience a little bit better if I was fucking minty fresh. And like you pull a Dwight, you ignorant slut on me, and it hurt a little. I'm like, oh man.
I'm sorry. I will buy you some mints.
No, not now. What kind of cheap whore am I? And then does the levality of my whoreness go up based on like if you come home with juicy fruit, am I just a garden whore? Like just dumpster slut? Or like what's the good one? Am I hoping you bring home Excel?
Dentine.
Dentine?
No, that is the gum of whores.
I know. That's
How many commercials were there where it was like two fucking teens making out in a car and do you have some? It's like, yeah, hold it. Yeah.
I hope you have protection. That's not what he meant.
Does anybody remember Big Red? Is anybody...
Big Red, yeah.
Big Ride was good. I like the cinnaminess.
Is Double Mint still around? The W,
I think in the
W Fun or whatever?
States, but I don't
That was
know if
always
they
like
have it
twins?
here.
I don't remember any of that.
Double your pleasure, double
your
your fun.
fun.
See, we grew up really close to the American border, so we got all the American
Oh, yeah, maybe
channels
that's it.
and for commercials and everything.
Because that was a
in
thing.
the 80s and 90s.
What was the gum where the commercial was like you ate it, but it was like the Matrix and the gum lasts forever?
Five gum?
Stride? 5? Maybe it was that
gum.
one?
There was 5 gum, and then there was
yeah, it was like-
one
was
more.
Stride.
Yeah, and there was like a Stride. I don't even know if these gums are still around, but they were the big deal was
They
that
definitely are.
you could
Definitely.
fucking yeah, well, because you could chew the motherfucker forever, and they were just the flavor
flavor
wouldn't
can't
go
stay.
away. And bullshit, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, that was never the
Some
case.
of them are better than others, but the problem with those ones is that, in my opinion, I don't know how or why, but okay, I'm too high for this word. Molecular,
Compound?
Yeah, it changes faster. Like it becomes less
That rubber?
gum-like
And more stringy and pasty.
because they put something in it
yeah.
to make the flavor last
Okay,
longer.
Number one
yeah.
culprit, bubble jug.
Okay.
Bubble jug?
Do you remember bubble jug?
No.
So is this little tiny little plastic jug of powdered bubble gum? Yeah.
Oh, I think I remember this. Yes. Oh my God, that was
Dump
gross.
a whole bunch in, and then
Yeah.
you like, and then get it
Your
going.
saliva would make it gum.
Well, through saliva and chewing, yes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And then it would be gum for like 30 seconds, great, and then starts getting stringy and gross and pasty.
Yeah, it would start to come apart again. Yeah, like I don't know who greenlit that shit, but it was not. I fucking totally remember that shit now.
Talk about something
We got talking the other day when we were in the car. Actually, since we're talking about candy, do you remember? Like, was it tear jerkers or was it? What was the other one? There was another one. But it was like the same thing where it was like a super sour ball.
Warheads?
No, it was before Warheads. But it was like, my mouth is watering because I'm thinking of it. But it was like, I think it was tear jerkers, or I think there was another one with another name.
There was another name.
But it was like super fucking sour gumball, but it was hollow inside. And then there was a ball
of the there was a ball
of that sour shit.
The same sour.
Of the sour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah. So like
literally,
most sour gumballs, once you get through the sourness, you chew it and it's just like
sweet
gum.
Yeah. No.
This was sweet gum, but then also the sour stuff in the middle.
Yeah, because it was like a whole thing of sour shit, and like we used to just open them up and eat the sour balls.
Yeah, like you crack them.
Yeah, like an egg.
Open them like an egg.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a bit of a waste, though.
Yeah. Well, you
fun.
you ate all that and then you licked it all off and then you ate stupid gum. But and that's how you do it. But I don't think they make that anymore. Probably because they found out like
kids were burn the fucking their tongues would bleed, man.
Yeah, which I did myself the other day. I'll get back to that in a second. But anyway, so we got talking about that because we tried some on the way. It is really going to bother me that I can't think of the other name of that fucking candy. But either way, tear jerkers, I think was the original one. Yeah. And you could buy them. They were like a penny a piece or 5 cents a piece or whatever.
5 cents or 10 cents.
Fuck, we'd buy fucking giant bags of these fucking things and just eat the shit out of this stuff.
I miss penny and nickel candy.
Yeah.
And dime candy. I don't think you can even find that shit anymore.
Right.
No,
especially not with the Rona happening.
Yeah, you don't want it. Ball burn. But no, I remember. I think so. I don't know.
Extra sour.
But I remember. I think it was tear jerkers, but I think there was another one, and I remember when at our local like store or whatever,
convenience store,
yeah,
7-Eleven.
in the village I grew up in, when they upped it from penny candies to 5 cent candies, and I was devastated. and now you go, I think at one point there was quarter candies. And then after that, it was just like they got rid of all that.
I remember when you could get those candies and there was no tax on them.
Yeah.
And then they started applying tax, and instead of being like 25 cents, it was like 27 cents. You're like, what do you mean 27 cents?
Yeah.
I only brought a quarter.
Yeah. That's a
And
quarter.
I touched these. I can't put these back.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a weird dilemma on our hand here. But yeah.
Called Shivers.
No, I'll put it away. You won't find it. It's probably my stupid brain. There probably isn't another name. My brain's just like, that doesn't sound right, dummy.
Or it's Warheads.
Yeah. Well, I know Warheads came later, and Warheads are really. I like Warheads, but I have seen the videos where guys eat like 100 of them.
Oh, what? Why?
Because it's some sort of it's a fucking challenge.
No thanks.
And then by the end of like, your tongue is blood. It's just everywhere. Because if you ever bite a Warhead, it's like eating shards of glass.
Yeah.
And yeah, people do it. But yeah, so going back to my stupid story, I got really high the other night. And again, MDI went to sleep before me, which...
At a reasonable hour.
Oh, absolutely. There's no reason, like, you don't even have to say that. They know you go to bed on time like a good girl. I just stay up late watching dumb shit. And she went to sleep, so she couldn't stop me from myself. And I was eating these sour cherry blasters. And I was doing this thing where I pop it in my mouth, and then I use my tongue to press it against the roof of my mouth, and then I kind of grind it back and forth and like suck all the
sour
stuff off of it. And after you do like, I don't know, 40 of those, then my tongue was bleeding. The next day it was like blistery. Like it was
sour stuff. It's an acid.
It's an acid.
Yeah.
but yeah, I just couldn't stop myself, and I knew I was doing bad things to myself, and I could taste the blood, and I just didn't care. I just kept shoving it in, and
Oh my god.
oh, I know.
If I eat 3 or 4 of these at once, I won't taste the blood anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, this isn't so bad. But yeah, so then I had to like just take it easy for a couple of days. Luckily, your tongue heals super quick, so within like 72 hours, I was good to go again. But shit, man, like, and I'm assuming that's why they don't have those candies with that fucking sour shit in the middle of it, because kids were probably just melting their fucking mouths and shit with it. But
God damn.
okay, so I don't even know, like,
I can't.
does it make you a whore? I mean,
Oh yeah, I forgot about the original question.
okay, so then I got another one here, and again, these are all just notes that I made. I don't even really remember. Stealing raspberries through a fence with chopsticks.
That was probably when we were out raspberry picking this past week.
No.
No?
This was from like August the 5th.
20 days ago? I
Yeah.
don't even know.
Stealing raspberries through a fence with chopsticks.
With
Chopsticks.
chopsticks. And I have no context to it. That's just a note I have here.
That's an interesting one because I'm not sure what that is either.
Yeah, I don't even have a guess. Like I think we were talking about it when we went for our walk and we came back and we were collecting goods and stuff.
Oh, that could have been it, yeah.
And
Because we were picking like wildflowers that were just on the side of the road.
And
yeah.
you were using chopsticks for this?
No, but I think maybe you were thinking that we should have.
I think
Maybe it
there
would
was
work.
raspberries on another side of this fence.
Yes,
Okay.
I remember now.
Okay, here we go. Good.
They were. I'm not. Yeah. So it was somebody had a raspberry bush in their yard, and I could see it through the fence, and I was like, "Oh, I want to steal some of the raspberries," and you were like, "Oh, too bad we don't have fucking chopsticks."
With that being said, how is your chopstick game?
Not
not
mine
good.
is terrible.
Not good.
Mine is awful.
I would be sticking. You
I do
good?
okay.
Yeah.
I'm no pro. And like whenever wife and I go get sushi or something, and then I see other people and they're like picking up
Yeah,
whole fucking like drumsticks and pizza slices or whatever else with it. And I'm struggling with this already
This
square
round.
piece of sushi that you'd think should have an easy time with. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
I get the basics down, but I'm not super strong with it.
I've tried a couple of times, and then I usually end up just poking the sushi, and then I'm like,
Could have just used a fork.
yeah, and that's like your brain is like, this is way better. Like, could you imagine maybe adding another prong or two? How much simpler? Oh, it's a fork.
Yeah.
Somebody already thought of it. It's a fork. But like, yeah, like I it's cool, and it's a cool thing. And when you see people that can do it, you're like, oh, that's kind of dope.
It's neat.
But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm like, I'll just stab it. It's fine. Or like, yeah. But it's funny that you mentioned that. I've been craving Thai for like a week now, and I
haven't had Thai in a while.
either Thai or Vietnamese. I think is it a Vietnamese just up here?
Yeah, I think it's Vietnamese.
Either way.
Every time you see it, you're like, "Oh, I want that."
Oh yeah, because there used to
noodles.
be
I
really
love
good
noodles.
Yeah.
Noodles.
Okay. Do you like ramen? Like, do you eat a lot of like Mr. Noodle shit like that?
No. Well, I used to when I was a kid, but I don't eat that stuff because I no longer live in poverty.
Fair play.
Tastes like that and craft dinner. I can't do craft dinner.
Oh, I love craft dinner.
I mean, like my mother was a single parent,
Yeah.
and we really didn't have money, so like craft dinner for us was quite common because it was cheap and
Yeah.
easy to make.
Yeah.
And then talk about that with my wife, and she's like, "Really?" She's like, "Craft dinner for us was like a treat." I'm like, "A treat? No,
My house.
no, it was not a
Yeah.
treat."
My house. It was because we never ate anything out of a box. My mother made everything
Yeah.
pretty much from scratch, and like you couldn't eat anything like that because it was fattening. It was so much carbs.
Yeah, I can't eat that stuff. That's what reminds me of my childhood and being in poverty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I joke with my
can see
wife
that.
and tell her that that's what Dude, craft dinner tastes like poverty to me.
That's fair. And I totally get that. I think I wonder because we didn't have a lot of craft dinner. I ate a lot of canned soup with water, not milk.
He didn't know.
I didn't know you were supposed to add milk.
Oh, hold on. Rewind. What?
Oh, maybe we're gonna shatter his
might have.
world too.
You put milk in canned soup?
Yeah, like a cream of mushroom
cream
soup.
of mushroom, tomato soup, vegetable soup, milk instead of water.
Do you do water still?
I mean, I don't make soup much anymore, but it was always water in our
Okay.
house.
See,
in
that's
my
why we
house,
get along.
cream
We
of
get it.
Soups got milk.
No, even those got water.
Yeah, that's what everything was made with water. And then then me and her got together and she started putting milk in it. I'm like, this tastes way better. Like, what the hell?
He went to make tomato soup one day, like that very I don't know, a couple days after we moved in together. He's making tomato soup for himself for lunch or something, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like,
you filling up the water?
"Making soup. Why?" And I'm like, milk." He's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah.
So yeah,
What is
made him
that?
fucking
Milk?
That's very interesting, man. Throw some milk in next time. It's a game changer.
I feel like my whole childhood has been ruined.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh my god, Campbell's tomato soup. Take an onion, mince it, fry it up with some butter or, margarine, whatever the fuck you got. Make your onions nice and caramelized. Throw it in with milk and a handful of elbow noodles.
Mm-hmm.
Tomato macaroni soup.
Oh, we got to eat that again soon.
It'll change your life.
Make me hungry again. We just ate.
Yeah.
Next time you come up, I will make you tomato macaroni soup.
Well, yeah, that's just it.
Fucking
Right now, we're making like summery foods, and then eventually we'll
Once
switch into like winter
you
foods.
You don't even know.
Yeah.
You think I'm awesome now? Just wait. You will be fully in love with me come wintertime.
I've had
I make fucking.
I've had your pressure cooker like pot roast with all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Fuck, was that ever good?
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But getting back, yes, I love noodles
Yes.
Yeah.
and
no.
ramen. Like I get we go to a place sometimes called Kinjo, and they have a Japanese market where they do ramens, and they get this. I don't know what it's made with. Kimchi, spice, deliciousness. It is the coolest thing ever. And I like the way the noodles feel in the mouth. I'm a very mouthfeel kind of person when it comes to noodles.
I'm a mouthfeel kind of person.
Yeah, it's got to have the right chew, the right texture.
Yeah, texture's a thing. I can't. I couldn't eat pudding or anything like that. That fucks with me way too much. No.
Even still now?
Yeah, I can do
if he
yogurt.
watches someone eat pudding, he gets like.
Oh, I get heavy. Yeah, I can. I can
It's
eat.
so funny because I'll be like, I'm not.
Oh fuck! It's so gross, man.
And he's
I can
like-
do I can do yogurt now, which I never used to be able to do. It took a long time to get me to eat yogurt.
What if you like tried it as a dip?
Oh god, no, that's fucking with me.
I have a video I could show you of him trying to eat an applesauce. Like, I don't, and it's so funny because it's like, it's one of those applesauce with like carrots or whatever in it. So like it makes it like,
Yeah, it tastes super fucked up.
it makes it more healthy.
You're not a big applesauce guy either?
No,
It's
and
the
that's a texture
texture.
thing. Sometimes I can and it's good, and then other times it's like, just give me the heebie-jeebies.
All
I
it
don't
takes is one mingy applesauce, and that's it. It's over for good.
know. Oh shit. It's true.
I used to buy applesauce a lot when Logan was younger because Logan was really bad. He was such a shit for eating vegetables.
Yeah.
He would not eat vegetables. So I fucking would buy all the applesauces with vegetables in them, and he'd eat 2-3 a day. If
Oh, wow.
Sure, go ahead, have another applesauce. He didn't even know he's getting a serving of vegetables too.
Take that,
Fucker.
dumbass kid.
But I should start doing that again. He still doesn't eat vegetables.
True.
Just start sneaking it in shit. My mother used to do that all the time.
He is
Not that I was
getting better though.
Why is there a carrot in my steak?
I wasn't a picky eater, but my stepbrother was a super picky eater, and he used to. I don't like onions. I don't like mushrooms. I don't like peppers. I don't like carrots. My mother would just fine mince it and throw it into one of her pasta sauces. Wait for him to finish it. Ask him if he liked it, and then be like,
tell him what
"Guess
was
what's
in
in it?"
Yeah. Take that, you dink.
Yeah. See, and like Logan won't even try my homemade soups or stew. I make such a good beef stew. Like,
I believe it.
he won't even fucking try it. He's just like, I don't like carrots and celery.
He may grow out of that though.
Oh, right. He's only 12, yeah. So
I didn't care for Brussels sprouts much when I was a kid, and now I can't get enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't used to eat it, and then I've had it with you a couple of times. Pretty rare.
Brussels sprouts?
Yeah.
Well, because I can't eat them anymore, so
Yeah.
I don't like to buy them.
You gotta do them with bacon. Char 'em.
Oh, I don't like bacon.
That's, you crazy girl.
I don't know why. Something must have happened. Something must have happened because even somebody saying bacon, my face turns, my whole body goes, no. I can cook it, I can serve it to others, but I don't want it. And there's no part of it that is appetizing to me anymore. And I used to love bacon.
Bacon.
So I don't know if I hucked it one day, like, you know, when I got
Yeah,
sick,
you threw up a lot, so I'm sure there's a bunch of things you don't eat anymore.
So
But-
yeah, once you dry vomit,
Yeah, or just vomit.
And that's like all bacon. You can't do female bacon, pork belly.
no, I don't want it.
You ever eat pork rinds?
Yeah, they're not all they're chalked up to be.
No.
I thought they'd be awesome.
No, I can't. I don't know how they're still around.
They're
Yeah, me neither.
disgusting.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'll eat them.
No, God, you would.
You ever had them
Such
fresh though?
shit.
Yes.
Made fresh like a
I think-
chicharron?
yeah, I think I did have them fresh. But yeah. Somebody cooked them for us. We used to do pig roast and all kinds of stuff, and then they would like fry up different things. Like
Hell
it,
yeah.
it was pretty cool shit. But yeah,
I make pig roasts and fish fries and stuff with my family. I miss that stuff.
yeah, and
I
I
could
don't know.
murder a fish fry. You kidding me?
Yeah.
I love fried fish. All of it. Catfish, halibut, you name it. I'll eat it.
My grandma, my mom's side is Catholic, so we used to have fish fries on Good Friday,
Oh yeah.
and then they would do some chicken too, because I don't eat fish. There's a few of us who don't eat fish.
Yeah, no, it was good because like I grew up in a village. It was a fishing village, and so yeah, we
Married a girl who can't eat fish.
yeah, oddly enough, yeah, and then I ended up marrying a girl that can't
There
eat
were
any of
people
it.
that tried to convince him not to. Like, seriously, you're gonna marry this
Yeah,
girl?
they're like, you'll
She
never
can't-
be able to. I'm like,
even eat fish.
yeah,
I can't
how
eat anything.
dare she? Yeah, and like I'm like, I'm still gonna marry her. It doesn't matter that maybe I'll never eat fucking lobster again. Who gives a shit, you know? But
You do. You just go out to eat it, or
yeah, or like
sometimes you buy it and bring it home. I can't prepare it or anything. You have to do it yourself.
yeah, and whatever. And then it's pretty rare. Like I smoked that salmon and I didn't like it. Not that I'm not a really big salmon fan. Like perch is so good. Like perch is such a good fish. And
It's hard to find here. Though.
it is hard to find here, but it's an abundance where we're from, and yeah, so like we would catch them, and the guys would clean them up, and we'd eat them. We'd have fish
like,
fries,
literally,
and
you could just fucking go out.
Sounds like good eating.
oh,
Yeah,
just fuck
like,
yeah,
and
man.
catch enough. Like my family used to. They used to go out and just fucking catch perch for a weekend to prepare for the next weekend's fish fry. Like it's fucking
I
crazy.
want fried
Yeah.
fish.
Yeah, so yeah, like I love a perch, maybe a haddock, a halibut, something like that, like a whitefish. It's good. I wasn't a fan of the salmon and stuff like that, and
Have you had ever had like a southern fried catfish with like that cornmeal fry?
I don't think so.
Really good. If you get a good crust on that, it's kind of sweet from the cornmeal. Then you get salty and spice from the salt and spice, obviously.
And
yeah,
then the fishiness.
and the fish. I mean, catfish. I find. Have you ever had tilapia? They're kind of They're kind of similar in flavor. Kind of that kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's kind of it's funny, yeah, because they're like kind of they're a garbage fish. They eat all this shit. But they taste really good in comparison to a lot of the other ones. Because I don't like a real fishy fish. You know, like I want that fish taste, but I don't want it to be like,
Yeah.
you know. And then I think usually the most I'll eat is maybe I'll get like the that imitation crab or whatever for like Christmas time or whatever.
Pollock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that with the
with the
tartar
seafood
shit.
sauce.
Yeah.
Can't say I'm a big fan of cod. Cod's a fishy fish for me. I don't
Yeah.
like cod.
Yeah, I feel that. But yeah, I don't know.
Any other crazy notes?
The last note I have before I wrap it up here is so all I have is old man status with a question mark, because the other day I was sitting there and I was looking, and like again going back to how amazing our kids are, like every morning Shabs gets up and she makes tea and coffee for us,
And we have not told her to do this.
It's not like a chore.
And if she doesn't do it, she doesn't get in trouble or anything. She just does it.
It's just something that she does in the morning. She gets up, she puts the dogs out because the dogs sleep with her. She puts them out to go pee, and she starts coffee and tea. And then it's usually coinciding to about the same time that we're getting up anyway. And she's so wonderful. She's just a wonderful kid.
Yeah.
But I'm looking around and there's like 4 or 5 different spoons because people keep using them. And then there's like tea and coffee drips everywhere. And that's something that's always bothered me. And so I want something to put the teaspoons and coffee spoons on. And we were over at Lehman's house the other day. I was going to call him Ruben, but nobody even knows him. So whatever, Lehman's house. I was over at his house.
The other day?
Well, a year ago.
2 years ago.
Either way, the last time we were there, he had like a little thing that the fucking spoons go on.
Yeah.
And I thought that is brilliant. And I know that my grandfather had one of those things where that's where you put your fucking spoon. And then I thought, that's an excellent idea. I would like to incorporate that into our life here. And then immediately I thought, you old piece of shit. like what the fuck? What do you care? Now you're that guy?
We got those at home.
There you go.
They
See?
some of them, I remember like my mother had a couple of them and they just looked like giant ceramic spoons.
Yeah.
To put spoons on.
Yeah.
Ours are just like tiny little saucer things with like a lip on it so it can hold the spoon.
Exactly, and that's all I want. And I think there is one under
the. I'm at the dollar store.
Take a look under there. I think there's one from the people that used to live here, and underneath. And if it is, let's clean it up. Let's get it to use. And that is definitely my old man status for this week. Because it was one of it's funny, man. As things come up, you start to understand older people. Like when you're young, you're like, that's dumb.
Yeah,
now,
what the hell?
Now I'm older and I'm like, that organizes my spoon. It keeps it from getting spills everywhere and keeps it nice and tidy. And yeah, normally I wouldn't care, but now that I'm getting older, I'm like, yeah, I want shit the way that shit is supposed to be. And
you're really bad with that.
No, get fucking strapped in because I know it's only gonna get worse.
Fuck.
The older I get, the more I'm gonna be out there like fucking the neighbor.
Oh my god.
Fucking shooting ants every day and fucking making sure my lawn is fucking great.
He is out there with ant killer every day.
Yeah. It's like shooting ants.
Pew pew pew.
No, he does. He's got like the big jug with the fucking hose and the shooter.
And like I haven't
career with this guy.
I haven't reached that level because I look at it and I'm like, that's crazy. But I know, give me another 10, 15 years and I'm gonna be like, I get it now.
You see them fucking ants in my driveway.
Well, and it makes you feel bad because like I don't do anything for our ants. And like, so I mean, ants are ants. It's not just because you kill them in your little.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna spend fucking. He's got to spend $60 at least a month on ant killer.
Yeah, something.
At least with how he does it every morning. Every morning. He's got like I'm not willing to spend that kind of money on
I mean, like,
I'm
what
not.
kind of ant problem does he have if he's got to do it every morning?
If he sees an ant, he fucking squirts. I'm not even kidding.
If I see an ant, I fucking squeak.
He does every fuck. It's not even. I'm not even. He walks around his house with a fly swatter and hits spiders and bugs off the fucking side of his house.
And I'm just saying,
Crazy.
give me 10, 15 years. You never know where I'm going to be.
Like, it's insane because you'll be sitting there on a Saturday morning, like just laying in bed, enjoying like, you know, that early morning, like glow.
Whap!
Yeah.
Whap! And you're like, what the fuck is that?
The fuck was that?
And then the first time I saw him, I was like, that old man is out there smacking bugs outside.
With fly swatter.
Doesn't he know that's where they live?
That's where they're supposed to be.
But yeah, I don't know. That's it, man. I'm getting old. Just stay tuned. Who knows what's gonna happen? I'm sure I'm gonna find other crazy quirks. But yeah, I don't know. Thanks. Hopefully you guys are enjoying what we're doing. If you do, head over to patreon.com/fear and MDI and check it out. We've got full video episodes and everything over there for you, as well as some other things that we're working on. I just finished my first my rough draft.
My first draft.
My first draft of a screenplay that, who knows, maybe I'll throw a little sneak peek over on Patreon. The only way you're gonna find out is to go check it out.
Go check that out.
But yeah, and everything's over at rathouse.net /twatfm or /HITP for Horror in the Pit, for everything over there. Go check it out. Make sure you're leaving us a 5-star review, or I don't know, give us a 1-star if you want. If you didn't enjoy what we had to say, either way, I will read it out because it'll be funny. I'll probably make funny if you make a 1-star. Just be prepared. But yeah, you can get anything you want on social media at Fearness. That's myself. And where can they find you, MDI?
At The Real MDI.
On everything.
On everything.
Snerfin, what about yourself?
I only have Twitter, and I'm not good at using it, but at The Real Snerfin,
For
if you
sure.
need to find me.
He might get Instagram. Everybody's bugging him.
I know.
So
I'll get there.
So we see, man. Hopefully you enjoy it. If you're watching it on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and hit the thumbs up, the bell, all that good stuff. But yeah, until next week, man, have a good week.